What's up, guys? It's Mike, the Smokin Monkey. We're back at it again, having to do some more maintenance on the Jeep. But today, it's actually something I don't mind doing. It's an oil change, so I grabbed myself some oil. But yeah, got myself the synthetic at least. Got a filter for the synthetic. And then, we're gonna go. We've got a light bulb to change out on the front. And I think that should be it maintenance-wise. We still got the check engine light going, but the main thing that I'm going to be talking to you guys about today is how much this thing has costed me. And it's costed me quite a bit more than I thought it would within the first year of ownership. And this is my first Jeep. This is the first time I've had a vehicle that I've been taking off-road. The first time that I've been having to deal with most of these problems that I've been fixing. And it was a bit of a struggle, but at the same time, it's a learning curve and it's a learning experience, and I don't regret it one bit. I enjoyed the Jeep. I love the Jeep. I love making these videos for you guys and spending time with you guys. I hope you guys like spending time with me here on the channel. And yeah, so let's keep going. Let's get this thing back home. Let's grab a couple of things that we need on the way to finish this oil change, and I'm gonna go do it real quick, and then hopefully you guys will still be here with me, and I'll give you guys exactly the rundown of what this thing has costed me, because I have been keeping a very detailed list. Actually, I've been making a list from the first day that I bought this thing, itemized by what I bought and how much I paid for it. So I'm not going to go through the entire list item by item with all the dollar amounts. I will read off the list really quick for you guys, and then I'll tell you guys the total of what it is. I will read off some of the larger amounts and stuff like that, the ones that stand out. But yeah, mostly I'm not going to try to bore you guys. So that being said, I think the Jeep is ready to go. It's nice and warm now, so let's go. Let's head back on the road and let's get home. And that check engine light, I'm pretty sure is an evap code. I'm not exactly sure what it is. We'll run it as soon as I get back, but I'm not too concerned about it. Evap isn't that big of a deal. We actually don't even do emissions testing here anymore where I live. So I have a cutoff exhaust and it doesn't make a difference to me. So if it is evap, I'm probably not gonna have to fix it right away. I will fix it eventually just to get rid of the check engine light, just so that I know other issues that arise when the check engine light turns on. I'll be able to check for those, because if it's on the whole time, then you're not gonna keep checking. But yeah, I don't think it's anything too serious. But the Jeep is driving amazing. Since the last time that we fixed it, and we took it out a few times, I think we've been out on 2 off-roading adventures so far. It is driving really, really well. No issues, no weird noises. It's actually driving better than it ever has, so that's good. And the only thing I really have left to address is the tires. I need to get some new tires, but I'm kind of waiting until I lift it, so I want to do it all at once. I don't want to get new tires and then lift it and then have to get bigger tires. I kind of want to just do it all at once, and yeah, that's the reason I'm still delaying that. And I don't exactly know which lift I'm going to get, so there's that as well. But don't worry, before next off-roading season, we will have something in here, and we will keep on taking this thing on trails throughout the winter, as I did last year. And it is a lot more capable than last year, and I even have a winch. So definitely, you guys know, we will be out on the trails all throughout the winter.
Waiting for pairing.
Okay, let's see what those are. First code is a misfire. And the other two, 303 and 304, are also misfires. And let's see, 4, 5, 6. Evap. So, I'm thinking that the misfire codes are probably not too serious. So what I'm going to do is clear all the codes and then go for a drive after my oil change. But I'm not too worried about it. So let's go and let's do this oil change real quick, and I'll disconnect the battery to clear the codes. Well, got the wrong bulb. It's 3157, not a 3156. So I'll go get a new bulb for this guy. But our friend here looks like the rubber seal is coming out. and I don't know exactly why that's happening. If anybody can tell me in the comments why, that'd be great. But I don't think he's waterproof anymore. This one still looks good, and these lights aren't even a year old. So I'm gonna see, maybe I can warranty it and or something, I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can take them apart or warranty them, one or the other. But let's get to draining this oil. And my favorite thing about working on the Jeep, as opposed to something like my brother's car over here, is I don't gotta lift anything. I just slip right underneath and drain the oil. Oh yeah, she needed it. And yeah, the oil is pretty dirty. Definitely time for a change. It looks like we've got an oil pan leak of some sort, because the leak starts right about there at the seam of the oil pan. Either that or there's a crack in it somewhere. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna have to inspect that a little bit better. And I can't really tell too much by looking at it from here, because it's not starting right at the gasket. So I don't know where that leak is starting. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean off the oil pan, and I'm gonna take a look after a little bit of driving. That way I can see where it's actually sweating from or where it's coming from. But I haven't found any oil spots where I park, so I'm not too sure if this is something new or this is something that's been there for a while. But either way, we have to clean it up, and then we'll be able to find out. So basically what we're looking at over here, there is quite a bit of rust, and it is getting a little bit squishy, and I don't want to push on it too hard because I don't know if I'm still gonna have an oil pan after that. So it looks like I'm gonna have to order an oil pan, and yeah. That's no good. Fun times, guys. Simple oil change turned into I need a new oil pan. But at least we discovered it now before it actually turned into a catastrophic problem, because that could definitely turn into something big. So I just opened it back up. I shined the light inside here and through the side over there, and you cannot see the light coming through. So that means we don't have a hole just yet. It is getting there. It is sweating, so it's not great. But we don't have a hole just yet, so thank God we can still drive the Jeep until we get a new oil pan. But we're gonna have to get one quite soon, because I don't know if it'll make it through the winter. Well, and it looks like we are getting a new oil pan. Not too happy about it, but it is what it is. It comes with the territory. You drive it hard, you gotta fix a lot of shit, and it just is what it is. But at least I caught it before things got too dire and too let's just say messy. But good thing is, and yes, this rock over here is my old oil filter, covered in all kinds of mud, and yeah. But there is no water or moisture in here after all the water crossings, after all the times I've sunk it, after all the times that we've gotten stuck, and everything else in between. I'm surprised. We have never gotten a drop of water inside the oil. Now, I will knock on Jeep to make sure that doesn't happen, that I'm not jinxing myself. But yeah, so far, Big Bird has held up really well, and I am super proud of this Jeep. It is doing really good. It is 20 years old, so repairing it comes with the territory. You can't really expect it to be perfect and things not to start falling apart and breaking after a bit. But yep, it is what it is. I got the new filter on there, As you can see, nice and shiny. But time to fill up the oil, and I did clean a little bit around here. As you can see, it is filthy under the hood, but it's only going to get back to this because every time I clean it, it lasts like 3 days. So let's pour the oil in, let's finish this off, and then I will take you guys and let you guys know exactly how much we have spent on this beautiful yellow Jeep. Fall in my engine. I think we're okay. I don't see anything in there. We've got the recycled, I mean made in Canada. All right, now I'll start it and check it. Off-roading this thing so hard that I've got mud inside the threads of the oil cap. Jeez. I'd say it needs just a bit more. And we are right on the money. I hope the camera's focusing there, but it is perfect. I don't think it gets any better. And it looks like she is burning a bit of oil because I just dumped the used oil in here, and you guys can see the line right there. So we put in a little over 5 liters, almost 6, like 5.7 I would say, and we took out probably about 4.5, almost 5. And that's that. Oil is done. I need to get myself another light bulb because I got the wrong one. And that's that. Oil change is done on Big Bird. And I got the wrong bulb. The bulb that I need is a 3157, not a 3156. The difference is on the bulb you have a pin on both sides of the bulb instead of just a pin on one side and then a pin diagonally on the other side. And these need the one on both sides. So I'm gonna have to get the right bulb, and then I will be able to replace my side marker and my turn signal here. Or it's actually not a side marker, it's more of just a turn signal, I guess. But we are probably gonna have to get a new cover here because trees and branches have been destroying it. This one is still good, but this one, yeah. But that being said, the sun is setting. As you guys can see, it's like just over that house right there, and it is 3:57. So I do like living in the north. I enjoy it, but not the weather and the time change. Because once we go into daylight savings time, we're not really saving daylight or time. We're actually kind of screwed over here in the north, but it is what it is. And yeah, hopefully we can actually get a little bit of work done every single day before it gets dark. But that being said, we are done working on the Jeep. The last thing to do is take it for a ride and see if any of those check engine lights come back. But I don't think that the misfires are going to come back. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the evap code. And with the evap thing, I will address it eventually, probably sooner than later. But first, we are going to have to get ourselves a new oil pan, unfortunately. And the repairs continue. It is what it is. It is a Jeep, and I knew what I was getting into before I bought it. So if you don't love them, don't buy one, because trust me, you're going to be spending a lot of money. It's good? You guys good there? We're good? All right. So, all right, what have we spent on the Jeep? And I have a full list. As you guys can see, it is quite lengthy. So let's get to it. Let's see exactly what we've got on here. And I'm gonna try not to bore you guys, try not to go over everything too much. But first things first, 2001 Jeep TJ Sport 4-liter 5-speed manual, $1,980. That's right. If you're new to the channel, this Jeep was 2,000 bucks. And there's a good reason for that. Let's keep going and you guys shall see why. So before I actually got the Jeep running and I could try it out, the guy told me bring a battery because it was dead, and he basically before I get into that, let me tell you what happened. The Jeep was somebody's Jeep that they bought. They took the frame off of they took the body off the frame. They repaired all of the stuff that was wrong with the frame and everything like that. They didn't repair the floors on the body, which I don't understand, but whatever. They repaired the frame, they repaired everything, they put it back together, and they didn't really drive it. They bought themselves another vehicle, and they just started using that vehicle, and that was it. So they were actually somebody that I knew through work, and I saw this Jeep outside of the shop every single day for about 3 years. And eventually, once I had to move on and I wasn't going to be working there anymore, I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, what are you doing with that Jeep? What's happening with the Jeep? What's up with that thing? Because every time I looked at it, I would look at it and be like, hey, that thing's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind driving that thing. I wonder what the deal with that is, what the story is with that Jeep. And he said, $2,000, but it needs a battery if you want to see it running. So I got a battery. The wheels he had on it were 33-inch wheels, and he had his own rims on there. He said, if you want the Jeep, it's $2,000. If you want the rims, it's $2,500 for just the wheels and tires. So $4,500. $4,500 for a Jeep is not bad, but first of all, the wheels and tires were too big, so they wouldn't fit. They were rubbing the fenders, they were rubbing the control arms, they were rubbing everywhere. They weren't made for this Jeep until you lift it. So I had to get myself 5 wheels because he wasn't including the wheels and tires, and I wasn't gonna pay $2,500 for wheels and tires I didn't really want. So $1,980 for the Jeep, $144 for the battery, 5 wheels. Lug nuts, because it didn't come with lug nuts because the lug nuts were for those rims. I had to buy 3 wipers. I cleaned the Jeep for 7 hours because before he stopped driving it, he took it off-roading without the doors and the roof, and he went mudding. And it was very, very filthy in here. If you guys haven't seen it, go back there and look at my older videos, and you guys, you'll see it was a catastrophe. So cleaning 7 hours. I had to buy floor mats, 2 front links, a starter motor, front hub bearing, oil and filter, front axle bearing, 2 front axle bearings, 2 ball joints, steering stabilizer. Then I had to sit there and install all of that stuff. Door mirrors. I needed 2 new mirrors because those were messed up. Black grille inserts, black headlight rings, the KC bumper lights, those were $225. Bumper end caps for the front end, wheel balancing, seafoam to clean out the inside of the engine, spark plugs, battery tie because the battery had nowhere to be kept properly in place. It was just kind of all over the place. It was just sitting on the battery tray. There wasn't anything to tie it down with. So I had to buy that. Tire plug kit, fire extinguisher, spare key because it only came with 1 key. Magnetic box to mount the spare key because I'm always locking my key in here. Don't ask me why, but I always leave it in the ignition every single time. This is the only vehicle I've ever had like that. This isn't the first vehicle I've had that takes a key. My other vehicle, I have one that's push to start, and I have one that takes another key. As you guys can see here, like, I have a Honda Civic, I have an SI, and it takes a key. And I've never left the key in that thing once in my life. But this Jeep, at least once a week, I leave the keys in here and I lock it and I walk away. So, yeah, don't steal my Jeep. Or actually, if you see it, steal it. I'll claim the insurance and we'll get something else for the channel. But yeah, like, I always leave the damn keys in here. There's ratchet straps I had to buy. Traction boards, because we got it stuck and we had to leave it overnight. Rock straps. Throttle body gasket, because we cleaned the throttle body. Gasket paper. Throttle position sensor. Bumper end cap replacement. A new windshield, because the windshield was cracked when I got it. 2 front brake calipers, because the brake calipers started to seize, and I figured if I'm changing one, I might as well change them both. Winch, that was $660. Door sill guards, hardtop thumb screws, drums and shoes, brake line, because the rear brake line popped. 2 wheel cylinders, because the brake cylinders, one of them went, so I figured I'm changing them both. So at this point now we have all 4 calipers and cylinders replaced. My hard lines in the back were replaced. Fuel line tank, skid plate. Yeah. Fuel tank straps, transmission mount, hardtop exhaust vent. That was $155. If you guys remember from a month ago, I bought a whole hardtop for $45, which I still have. And it came with the vents. I bought just the vent for $155 from Mopar because I couldn't find it anywhere else. 2 rear drive shaft U-joints. 4 Super Swamper all-terrain tires. balancing for 4 tires, hacksaw to cut off the exhaust, U-joint on the drive shaft again, new yoke and retainers, new rear control arm brackets, front and rear diff fluid. That was 2,000 bucks. Rear liftgate hinge. That's not for the tailgate, that's for the glass. That's when I replaced that and I broke the liftgate glass. The liftgate support struts, epoxy and coolant, a radiator, thermostat, coolant, rad hoses, nuts and bolts for the fan shroud, hard top because I broke the rear window, that was only 45 bucks. Sun visor, tire balancing again, carpet cleaner like the actual machine because we flooded the Jeep with 6 inches of mud and it was oh yeah, watch that video. Balancing beads because the back tires are still not balanced, but they're 23-year-old tires, which is my fault. I didn't check them properly before I actually bought them and took them with me and put them on the Jeep, so I learned there. And this whole Jeep has been a learning experience. This whole Jeep is a story of perseverance and learning and overcoming tragedies because every single time we take this thing out, it's some kind of mishap or something. And honestly, you just got to take it with a smile and just do what it is, because if you don't enjoy it and you don't love the Jeep, then you're going to hate it every moment. And every time it breaks, you're going to want to sell it. And I've been there. I actually put it up for sale a month or 2 ago. And I'm still on the fence on whether I should keep it or not. And that's not because I don't like Jeeps and I'm not ready to repair it or keep repairing it. It's just that sometimes you might have a lemon. And I don't know. I'm starting to feel like this one's been neglected for too long. And the people before me that owned it didn't do their fair share of their maintenance. And now I'm catching up and it's not fun. And every time I catch up, something bigger and more expensive goes. So the last few things, 2 new sun visors because the sun visor, the bracket got all brittle and broke on me. The weather stripping for the trunk because it's still leaking even after the weather stripping. Folding shovel to dig ourselves out because we needed that the last vlog. If you guys didn't watch that one, check that one out too. 2 front upper ball joints, wheel bearings, front U-joint. That was 800 bucks. Oil and filter, which we just did. And that brings us to a grand total of $11,987. Yeah, that moment of silence was for my bank account because I'm not rich by any means. And yeah, I do make these videos for you guys because I enjoy making these videos and I want to share with you guys my passion and my joy of vehicles and off-roading and just going out and having a good time, and also showing you guys that you guys can do things that you never thought you could either. Because I never cleaned a throttle body before, I've never dropped a gas tank, I've never done half of the jobs that I showed you guys on this Jeep. I've never done them before in my life. And I was able to show you guys and teach you guys at the same time while I was doing them. And that kind of stuff is hopefully inspirational to you, so you guys can go out and build your own vehicles and build your own Jeeps. And whether it's a Corvette or a Camaro or a Mustang or a Honda Civic or a Jeep or whatever it may be, a Ford Ranger, go out there, build it, love it, enjoy it, and do everything that you can yourself and try new things and learn new things and try to do things that you haven't done before. Me personally, if I had more space, like this is the space that I'm working with. I've got a 1-car garage and that's it. Like, that's my neighbor's house over there. So that's all I have. I can't really do too much in here. I can't do paint work. I can't really do too much body work. I can't do too much paint work. I can't do too much of anything. I can do a little bit here and there, but as you guys see, I do a lot of work in an underground garage because it gives me more space. It gives me more freedom to actually move around and get things done that I need to get done. But it is what it is. Hopefully we'll be able to move forward with the channel and get ourselves something bigger and move into someplace with a garage or a shop or something that I can actually have multiple vehicles inside and work on them at the same time, because that's the dream, guys. We need to actually get a fleet of vehicles that we can build ourselves and go out there and enjoy them and have fun with them and just live life. So I am going to take this thing for a drive right now. We're going to see if any of those misfire codes come back or any of those other things, but it should be okay. And yeah, I'll update you guys when we get back. I'm going to go for a quick cruise, and as soon as I get back, I'll let you guys know if everything is good or if we are replacing more things. And we made it back with no check engine lights. I am happy to say that. But as you guys saw, we need a new oil pan. So the repairs continue. It's nothing you can avoid. It is an old Jeep and it is what it is. I'm not going to cry about it. I'm going to buy the oil pan and I'm going to do it. The Jeep's been driving better than ever, so I'm actually enjoying driving it more than ever, and it's just, yeah, so it is what it is. I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to keep it running. I'm going to keep throwing parts at it for now, and we'll see what we can do. But here is my question to you guys, and here's where I need your help. So for all you guys that also have TJs out there, I want to lift it, but I don't want to do my slip yoke eliminator just yet, because as you saw, I've already spent 12 grand in a year. The slip yoke is going to cost me around 1,200 bucks. And I don't want to be going that route because then the lift kit's going to cost me another 2 to 3 grand. So I'm thinking, what if we go and we get something like a 2-inch spring and shock lift? Now, my question to you guys is, do I need to do anything other than springs and shocks? I know that some people recommend control arms and sway bar links. But if I'm just going 2 inches or 2.5 inches, do I need all of that, or can I get away with just springs and shocks? Let me know what you guys are running. Let me know what you guys have, because I'm thinking if I get some bigger springs and shocks, some 2-inch ones, or 2-inch taller than what I have, I can throw on some 33s and we can hit the trails and go on some better obstacles until I get that slip yoke and I get like a 4-inch lift, and then we can think about doing chrome molly shafts and getting 35s or stuff like that. But let me know, guys, what kind of lift you guys are running and if I can get away with just shocks and springs to get a 2-inch lift. And yeah, I don't want to do the spacer lift, so don't tell me about the spacers. Not that I have anything against anyone that runs those, it's just that I don't want to do it. I'd rather get new shocks and springs. Mine are 20 years old and I just want something that's going to be a little bit more, just work, just a little bit better quality and just work better than the 20-year-old stock ones that I have. So that being said, please let me know what you guys are running. Let me know what I should run. And yeah, so now that you guys see exactly how much we have been spending on the Jeep, let me know if you guys want to know exactly how much I make off my YouTube channel, because I'm happy to make a video like that for you guys, just so you guys can see what it is that that I deal with here and what I'm making, because it's not crazy money, but it is good. It does help me out a little bit with the Jeep. But definitely it's not covering the expenses by any means. So let me know if you guys want to hear a little bit more about that. I can make that video for you guys anytime. And until then, thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys giving me all the love and the support you guys do. And hopefully I inspire you guys to build something crazy of your own. But if you are new around here, jump down there, hit the subscribe button, give me a like, give me a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know what you guys like, and I will hopefully incorporate it into the next video for you guys. So until then, guys, ride safe out there, take it easy, work on your own stuff, and stay safe. So until next time, guys, ride safe. Peace.